Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of Saving Grandad's Farm. My name is Alex. As always, you join me, a friend of the 4th Street Combine here. We're just bringing in some winter oats here, actually. We've got two headlands on. This field's a little bit of a weird field, actually. Looks like we've got quite a lot of volunteer wheat coming around the edge, so I've had to kind of do my best to avoid that where I saw it. But we're just unloading now. Just on two headlands here. There's not much of it left, actually. It's only about 2 and a bit acres, but we're going to get that taken care of. We got the other field done. That's all been taken care of nicely, and it's looking pretty good. So we'll be able to just fire up the header on the front there. We'll get this all wrapped up. This field's a little bit green in the bottom. We did spray it off, but it's just looking a little bit grassy in the bottom there. So from a baling perspective, it's going to be a little bit of time, I think. We just want to wait for it to die off really before we stick anything else into it. So it's not looking too bad at the moment there, and we're just gonna have to wait to see how we get going. Right now the yield is coming through pretty well. I'm very happy with that. I should admit, it's always pleasing to see. Combine's hanging on well there in the field over the hedge there to our right. I really had to slow it down just to get it all done, but it was tough going, but good going. We've had a very good day actually today. Like I said, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, so we're getting a little bit hazy, but earlier on today we started doing some drilling. We're going to go and finish that off hopefully today, get that horse grass, field grass mixture put in properly. We've been stacking bales. Our bale shed is nearly full, which is a posing a tricky and interesting challenge ahead, so we're going to have to think about that one. But yeah, so we've got lots happening, and there's going to be a few new updates coming out I'm going to share with you a little bit later on once we get this all done and get back to the yard. You'll see that field over there was a bit bigger there, but it's a lot of straw in that one. I don't typically bale up oat straw in the past, but we're going to bale it here and try and sell it on anyway. And yeah, we're going to have a full shed, that's for sure, so that's good news. Right now we're not keeping any of it for ourselves. It is all going to be sold, so we'll see where we can find a buyer for it. But it should be interesting. It's going to be good to get this all taken care of, that's for sure there. Right now, like I say, the combine's doing well. We're coming through here. We should get this all into one trailer without any problems. There's only going to be a couple of passes left. But yeah, there's nothing else quite fit after this field. We're just going to have to park the combine up and leave it for a little while. That new bit of land that we bought over the road there, that might be one of the next bits that's ready to go. The spring barley on the backfield is nowhere near being ready yet, so we're going to have to hang on and wait for a little bit of time. But that's going to give us some time to get a few other jobs completed. The ground that we restored, the field that we actually found the Shelby car in, that is looking like it's could get a sneaky cut of silage off there actually, so we'll have to see how that looks. But yeah, we'll look at getting that done. Like I say, just a couple more passes around here, and then we'll be all taken care of. Just it's a little bit numb turning, but we'll just put the 3 headlands on there because, like I say, there's really not a great deal left. But anyway, around we go. So I hope it's all going very well wherever you are. There's a huge response to the tractor run that we had recently, and I'm glad that so many of you did enjoy that one. We'll try and make a few more of those. It does look like that's going to be something that will kind of tick along into a little bit more of a serious event now, a little bit more organisation, which would be fantastic if we can get that done. So we'll await the further news of that eagerly, I am sure. But yeah, otherwise it's all looking pretty good. We are awaiting. I've done something. I have. It looks like I've gotten a bit of an addiction to greenhouses. I bought a new greenhouse, and we're going to look to get that. It's been dismantled at its current place right now, and then we should hopefully look to get it back for us in hopefully around about a couple of weeks. So we're going to try and make some room to put that in. And then yeah, trees are on the way as well. So we've got a lot of work that we can look to get done here. So that's going to be really exciting. And we're really going to transform that orchard field. Then we've got some trees to go in there as well, and some more work to do around the buildings because I do want to make some changes fairly soon as well. So I have to figure out how that all works. But yeah, otherwise everything else is in great shape. The oats at the moment we're not selling directly. We have an agreed price. Well, that's a bit of a thick spot there. Really slow it down there, got a bit stuck. Yeah, the oats we're not selling at the moment there. We have an agreed price for that one, so they're going to stay in our silo. There is not much space left, truth be told, from loading up the first field. I really hope we don't have more on the trailer load here, because if we do, I don't know how it's all going to fit in, if I'm being brutally honest. So we have to try and figure that one out. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge for us. But yeah, there's only this little strip left here anyway, so we can keep them in the trailer for now if we need to, or I don't mind selling like a ton or two, but maybe find a stable somewhere that wants to take them. But yeah, we've got a good price to sell those. That contract's probably going to come in the winter, so we'll have something to cart away then. And we're just squeezing it all in here. There you go. But yeah, so ideally, one of the things we're going to be looking to do in the next few weeks is actually look at grain storage there, and I have an option. I have an approach for that one which should work quite well. We just need to there's a company I'm working with at the moment there. Let's just knock that off. I'm waiting for a quote back from them essentially, and if we get that quote back and it looks good, we're going to be purchasing something off them. I'm not going to say too much more at this moment until we get back to the farm, because I can at least have to show you what that's going to look like. We shall see. But yeah, it should be good. And it will really kind of, again, it's all about developing the business and allowing us to go forward with it. So that should work out quite well. Right now, we'll just have to pull ourselves a bit closer here. Like I said, we're going to leave the combine here today. We don't need it. We don't need to take it anywhere with us. We've got no more work to do. We're going to just get a few other bits and pieces around the farm finished up there, I think. And yeah, not even a trailer load off this little field here, but I'm okay with that. And we'll just let this fill up. The case is currently on the drill there. We're getting the drill out for the first time. I started that this morning when it wasn't quite so dry. We couldn't quite get on straight away, so we got a few acres drilled. It's looking like it's coming through pretty well. Let's just knock off the thresher unit there as well. Fantastic. But you can see we have to come in with and kill off those volunteer wheat around the outside there. But we can do that. Watch this hedge. Header trailer over there. Fantastic. Okay, we'll just spin it around and leave it here. Like you can see, there's some good looking straw here. We're going to leave it just for a few days to dry out in the sun, I think, which we're due to have sun for the foreseeable anyway, so we're going to leave it. And it'll do no harm here, and I just want to allow it to kind of get to dry out and kill off some of the grass in the bottom of it, which will make for a better bale of straw. And we don't want, if you bale that up there while it's a bit wet, it can start to steam and sweat and just ultimately ruin the quality of the straw there, which if we're trying to sell it for a premium, we don't want. But alright, we are flying through harvest here, folks. Absolutely flying through it. But yeah, very happy with this. This is gonna go into a barley, winter barley into here. We are going to try and get this all this ground soil tested first to see how it looks, to see what we need to put into it to achieve the highest yield possible. So that's something that we'll continue to look into there. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be an interesting couple of days, that's for sure. Okay. Back we go. We took another load of onions away down to the distributors this morning there. That is still going really, really well. Looking to increase the output, and we're going to have a look at that greenhouse and where it's going to go. And then I'm hoping as well, once we get the drilling done, that's another job off the list, we can look into restoring the field down by the river there that we bought recently that need on the other side of this triangle, really. That's grass. It's not good grass, so it's probably just going to get flail mowed, and we'll take a look at it from there just to see what else we can actually do with it. But I need to see if I can acquire that batwing mower again, because that did a great job of mulching it all up. Wash off the wheels, and through we go. Which is fantastic here, and we're just going to swing back into the farm. And then yeah, we're tipping this in. I'll show you where we're tipping and how we're tipping this into the mill. And yeah, then we can go and get some drilling done. But yeah, very exciting times actually. A lot of hopeful change coming in. I'm starting to even look at the third big stage of the project, which is still going to be a little while away, but it's looking good. We've got let's say 3/4 of the straw lifted from this field. You can see there's just about 2 trail loads of bales over there. Just need to figure out where they're going to go. So we're doing those in bits and pieces in the morning and at night once we've got all the other work done. So it's looking pretty good. But we will just swing down here. Need to finish tidying up this yard a little bit as well. Nearly got the silage off here, to be honest. There, that field. Looking good. And so we're going to be aiming as well to plant a load of trees all the way along here. filling this apart from right ahead of us, because there may be something going in there at some stage. Well, that's certainly where I've got my designs to put something in the future. But again, that's another project that we're working on. I'm going to spin over here and just reverse back towards the bin. The bin's not the biggest. The auger that's lifting from the floor in is not ideal either. It's showing its age, which is kind of leading me onto an idea I have, but we'll see. There's a lot of work that needs to happen before we get any further with that. So I've got a few phone calls to make at some stage soon, but we have the funds, so that's always what we have to think about. And let's just lift that up, make sure it's all coming through. There you go. Fantastic. Alright, so it's a busy yard. As you can see, we've got the, we're swinging into here. We're taking loads out, like I say, with the Fiat. If you look right behind me, though, we have the split in half for hay, half for straw. Well, we're completely full with the hay. With the straw, beg your pardon there. I'm not sure if I'm going to block in that hay or if I'm going to leave that to see if I can get a little bit more hay into here. So I need to figure out what's next. So what I'm probably going to end up doing in all likelihood is filling up in here a bit. Go down one side, move the county out, for example, and just go down that right hand side and fill it up with straw as well, which I think will be the next step. As long as I get the combine into here, the header trailer, and then we'll have to move some of the other equipment around where we can and see how that looks. But it's amazing how much space we're actually using here. It really, really is. Every shed is going to have something in it. So we'll have to see. This rate, there's going to be no room for tractors. So that's something else. What we'll do, though, is just knock this one off here. And through to the orchard field here, like I mentioned, we are looking at bringing in another greenhouse, which is going to go pretty much right in front of us, almost at a parallel to that guy there, and we're going to run it down here. And I think at the moment it does look like it's going to have potatoes in there, which is going to be pretty cool. Now I need to see which way is going to be easiest to level the foundation. It could even end up just going along here. Either way, we're going to put that in. I'm going to try and get some more orchard trees into here as well, just to kind of complete everything up. So that should be an interesting one to see. And just waiting for that to be dismantled, then we'll get the word that we can actually take this back, and we'll see how that looks. But yeah, right now it is all happening. These potatoes actually aren't going to be too long until getting sprayed off, which is going to be something new. My bees aren't doing quite as much as I thought. That's probably the biggest failure to date. We need to have a look into that one to see what we can change around. Sheep are doing well, they're thriving, they're really coming along. Hens are just being hens, really. So we'll see, but yeah, we need to come in here and tie this up. This is going to be a job for another morning. I'm wondering if I can nearly just quickly rake that up and see if I can get it into a bale of some sort for the sheep. That might work. But yeah, that is what's on the agenda right now. We've got plenty of space down here. The grain storage solution that we are thinking about is going to be in here. I need to kind of think about what we've got in here and how we can use this ground a bit better. I don't particularly want to fell down any trees where if I don't have to, but we'll see. We might go back and take down some of these small ones. I'd like to leave these big majestic things up if I can, and we'll see how that looks. But for right now, like I say, we're gonna go and have a walk out across the field where we've got the case. You can't quite see it from here, I don't think. But oh no, there it is. See it on the hillside. We're gonna have a walk over there, and we're gonna get started. Now, as you can see, as we just hurdle this here fence, the hedges are really coming along. Over there. They're really starting to kind of thicken out a little bit in the weather that we've had, and it is looking rather fantastic, I must say. So they're coming along. Still not full anywhere near, like I'd say, a quarter of the growth, but they are thickening up. This cover crop here is going to get ploughed in pretty soon, I would say, because we're going to have to get ready to start drilling. But yeah, that's going well. At the moment there, we'll be getting everything that's this spring barley is going to be a few weeks off yet, I would say. So we'll get this ploughed over. The field grass is in there and looking like it's going in very well. At least we'll see how it establishes and take it from there. But everything else is looking good. And then we've got the back 40, and then the 2 fields that we've or the 4 fields that we've finished harvesting now to work over as well. So a lot of work needs to be done to get ready to go. So all we'll do is finish off in here, and we can get this kind of taken off the list. As you can see, we are cracking along very nicely indeed. Bill's looking very good, working his way through this ground very nicely indeed. Got everything just turned off there. I need to put that down a bit, but the Yeah, I'm kind of getting it tuned in there. Can actually, this ground here is allowing me to go along pretty quickly. For what I'm drilling here, we're not using we're not putting any tram lines in there. We are putting grass in. Ideally, I could have probably broadcast this, but if we had a bit of a newer spreader, that would probably be a little bit more advantageous. With our old spreader, you just can't I can't guarantee how well it would spread, to be honest. So we kind of just decided not to do that. We go, and we'll get ourselves turned around and get everything away. So yeah, what we do need to do is figure out how the GPS is going to work into here and integrate with the drill, because I want to be able to get precision farming going here. I have hired a fairman who are going to come in to do all of the soil testing like I mentioned. We just need to get that ground covered. What I also need to do right now though is just fire up the power harrow there. That's the drill on as well. Down it goes. We've got a GPS in and away we go. Perfect stuff. Yeah, so as you can see, we're really able to kind of crack along here. It's a bit more of a primitive form of GPS on this tractor. It does just use a slightly chunky box at the stem of the steering wheel there to kind of keep it running straight and true. But it's not looking all too bad. And we're going to see how this all gets finished off here. Nice and dusty today, nice and dry soil conditions. Hoping to get a bit of rain. Kind of in a week ideally, that'd be good, because I don't want it right now. I want to get the rest of my cereal crops brought in and get that straw brought in, but a couple of days time and get some rain, that should really help this one out nicely. But yeah, we're not looking too bad. So what I've got left is 3 fields left. These 2 fields of spring barley, followed by we've got the beans as well to go at. So once we get those done, I am all good here for 6 Asus farm. We can start to focus on a little bit of a late silage cut, and then our establishment for the next year really, which should be quite something. Our first full year of really upping the scale. We're going from having around about, what would that have been? It's only about 20 acres. Not even. There's about 12 acres in the back here, and then there's probably about 80 acres, I think, in total with the other fields. We're going from about 80 acres into around about what's that going to be there, around 130-ish. So that's going to be quite significant. So we'll have to see how that looks, and it's going to be a big step up for us. I'd like to see it go further and higher. Hopefully it will do, but we can only take it one step at a time there. Along with everything else that we're bringing in, it's going to be a big jump, that's for sure. And we'll see how that looks. But yeah, ultimately, it's going to be rather exciting, that's for sure. I'm hoping, like I say, that we can get some real traction this winter on those last 3 kind of stages of development that I wanted to really secure inside the first year. Looking at things such as the grain storage, that's a big one. I really want that to be able to maximize our profits from our grain. I would like to look into some cattle at some stage, but there's a few things I'm working on there which aren't going to be anytime soon, I don't think. So we will see. But the sheep are doing well. We might look at just extending our sheep and lamb business there. I think that could be a good option for us. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and we'll see what that all looks like. But for right now, we're just going to finish off drilling this. I hope you have enjoyed this brief little update here. If you haven't, you've yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Simulation for the Nation as always, and we will see you in the next one. Until then though, have yourself a great day, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we'll see you later.